Hey guys, Barbara here. Welcome to Bear Pantry Talk. This is another installment of my journey to great health and fitness. Doesn't it always seem lately that when we run across people who are trying to get healthy, the first thing they want to tell you is that they're vegan, right? Usually I just kind of roll my eyes and walk away, and I think it's because I know that most people who are adopting the vegan lifestyle are not doing their research and they're not doing it correctly, and they can really hurt themselves and make themselves ill. And I also know that meat is not the major problem that's keeping us unhealthy and having us gain weight and not lose the weight. It's the stuff that they're putting in our food, guys. So I want to address one of these items today. MSG. You probably have heard those letters before, but maybe you don't know what it means. The proper name for MSG is monosodium glutamate, all right? I took some notes because I don't want to mess up and I want the video to go kind of fast. So what is MSG? I'm just going to ask questions and answer them, all right? MSG is a sodium salt of non-essential amino acid glutamic acid. The next question, does glutamate appear in the body naturally? Yes, it does. It appears in your brain, all right? And you can have too little glutamate, but very few people have that problem, all right? If you have too little glutamate in the brain, it can lead to psychosis, coma, and death. And we don't want that. But we don't have to worry because glutamate appears in so many of our foods that we're eating naturally. It appears in broccoli, corn, potatoes, peas, walnuts, tomatoes, mushroom, soy sauce. I mean, come on. We don't lack glutamate, all right? What we have, the problem that we have is too much glutamate, all right? So let's get right into how MSG is made. You already know that it occurs naturally in foods. I just listed the foods. And this is why the government allows the manufacturers to call MSG natural flavor, because it is something natural. But what the scientists do to it is not natural, all right? First, they used to crystallize the MSG, and then they would inject it back into the food and stuff to add flavor to it. But now they do it a little bit differently. They do fermentation, and they do it out of starch, sugar beets, sugar cane, or molasses. And the process that they use is similar to when you're making yogurt or wine or vinegar, all right? So that's what they're doing to make the MSG, and then they put it back into the food as a flavor enhancer, and it also preserves the food. So pretty much everything that you get in a can or a box or stuff that you buy out of the street is going to have MSG. You're going to have to become really, really savvy at reading the labels, all right? Now, why is it important for us to watch our MSG consumption? Because of what glutamate does to the brain. Too much glutamate, I mean. So glutamate is the most common excitatory neurotransmitter in the brain. In other words, it stimulates or excites nerves, which increases their rate of firing. When you get added MSG, it will cause your neurotransmitters to fire and fire until they cannot fire anymore. So they die. So what does that mean? It means your brain damaged at that point. Imagine a car and you have the starter, and the starter is just supposed to fire once to start the car and then you drive, right? Imagine if the starter continues to fire and fire and fire for your whole trip from here to LA and back. By the time you get back, the starter is going to be dead, right? It's kind of like that, the same premise, all right? Now, what are the symptoms of too much MSG consumption? Headache, flushing, sweating, facial pressure or tightness, or burning in the face and neck and other areas, rapid fluttering, heartbeats, which is, rapid heartbeats, seizure, dizziness, nausea, chest pains, and like in my situation, fluid retention, all right? When I consume too much MSG, I get blurred vision, I get the headache, I get dizzy spells, I feel nauseous, and I retain a lot of fluid. I can retain up to 4 to 8 pounds of fluid if I eat something that's heavy laden with MSG. And of course, I can take a diuretic or wait a few days and eliminate that fluid off of me. But the thing that MSG does that causes us to gain weight is not just the fluid retention, because you're going to go on the scale and weigh heavy and you're going to get discouraged, right? Well, the other thing that it does, it stimulates hunger. So if it wakes up your hunger, you're going to be eating. You're going to be craving other stuff and you're going to eat, and then you're going to put back on the weight. So it's not just about the water gain on the scale, it's actually you're overeating. So I want to let you guys know, well, first of all, they use MSG in laboratory rats to make them fat. All right, so that's what they're doing to us, making us fat. I wanted to share with you some of the names that MSG hides under so you can become very adept at deciphering what you should and you should not be eating. Hydrolyzed plant protein, hydrolyzed food starch, monosodium glutamate, like I told you, MSG, like I told you, hydrolyzed food protein, natural flavors, and vegetable protein. So basically, if you see something saying hydrolyzed or modified in front of a protein, that's going to be MSG. So whenever you pick up a can of something, a box of something, especially like chicken broth, you know, and beef broth and bouillon and all those stuff, that's going to have MSG. MSG is in everything. It's in the Ritz crackers that I eat. I eat Ritz crackers maybe twice a week. I eat 5 Ritz crackers. It's not enough to overwhelm me, but it's in Ritz crackers. It's in chips. The only chips that don't have MSG is corn tortilla chips. All that has is the corn, the oil that they fry it in, and some salt. So that's the only chips that I usually eat when I want to indulge in chips, all right? MSG is in cheese. Oh my goodness, if you guys start checking everything, you're going to freak yourself out. So write down this list. What I might do is put it in the description. Write down this list of stuff that MSG appears in. And what I want you to do, you don't have to do this. I'm going to say this several times in this series. You don't have to do this. But if you are having all these symptoms and you're not losing weight and you're sticking to the calories and you're working out hard and you're doing everything that you need to do, then you need to check MSG, all right? So what you can do is read your labels and eliminate the foods that has the MSG, and then add them back in and see what's happening and see if you're sensitive to it or not. Now, foods that will not have MSG or least likely to have MSG would be like your poultry and your fruits and a lot of your vegetables and stuff. If they have it, it's the naturally occurring kind, which, you know, we can use. All right. So another thing that I want to warn you guys about, you know, when you go to the store and you buy the meat, and it's frozen, it's iced individually, but it's all in the one pack. It's not like packaged individually, but it's just iced individually. So you could take one piece out and thaw it out and cook it. That has MSG, unfortunately. Yeah, it might be raw meat, but it does have MSG, all right? So I hope that this helps you because I really want us to be successful and I don't want to hit plateaus. So I am watching all these things as I go along. And as I keep making these videos, I'm going to come with different things that I know could be causing your weight gain or causing you to not lose weight or to be just all around unhealthy, all right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again real soon. Bye.